Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of the Full Spectrum Podcast. My name is Trey.
I am Rungren.
I have just realized a small mistake that I made that I am fixing right now. Please don't worry about it. You
What
won't
have you
even
done?
notice it. There we go.
Well, now you keep talking about it. What is that?
Yeah, we got a podcast today. We got stuff to talk about. And it's not James Boobs. If you don't get
No.
that reference, well, then you missed out on the pre-show, and you can check out the pre-show by watching the show live or for the first 2 weeks on Twitch. But by the time it gets to YouTube, which is probably where you're watching this, let's be honest, you don't get to see that. So come watch us over at twitch.tv/TH3 Full Spectrum. And that way you get the full show.
Everything.
Well,
Everything. We've actually,
Rungren.
it's got, we're getting back into it. It's kind of got, I see the docket here is kind of more what it's like, it's fuller.
Yes. Yes. We finally have games coming out again.
Right.
For better or worse, because that means that there's a lot of stuff that doesn't get covered. But, with that said, we missed out on Thursday's podcast because both of us were sick.
Yeah.
I still have a little bit of a cough. You're doing quite a bit better.
I'm doing great.
So we should be back this Thursday. Nothing else goes wrong, but should be.
Right.
With that in mind, how's your week been? Let's kick it over to Weeks.
All right, man. Well, I did feel horrible for a few days, for a couple days. I felt really, really bad one day.
Yeah.
And then got better each day, and might have a little sniffle, a little scratch. Then it was not what everybody fears.
Right.
But there is other stuff as well. Anyway, on that, so I didn't feel bad, but I'm a little bit behind on the reading. But the group from the first book and Will Stanton, the old one who's 11 years old, from the second book, have now grouped up. So I'll keep rolling through that.
Okay.
But so I don't have really much more to add to that. But watched another Studio Ghibli movie, Ponyo.
Yeah.
Which is not. If you ask me, hey, you want to watch a Studio Ghibli? That's not the one I want to pick.
Right.
In way, it's kind of strange because it came
well-
out after. Go ahead.
Oh, I said, hey, Will. He said,
Oh.
hey, guys, in the chat. Please go ahead.
Oh, hey, man. Sorry, I was thinking. I was meant to do two things at one time. It's it's a Little Mermaid story.
Mhm.
It's also got, and I don't know if anybody else would get this, but it's also got a little bit of the feeling of the Little Prince.
Yeah.
To me, but it's definitely a Little Mermaid story done Studio Ghibli way. And there's little tie-ins, as a lot of them do. There's a shelf that you can see some of the spirits from Spirited Away in
Right.
there. But this was made after Spirited Away. I think after Mononoke. I know for sure after Spirited Away. I can't remember the exact order, but I know it's a few years later, actually. And there's something about the animation in parts that doesn't seem. I really don't. I don't want to come down on. I don't know. Maybe it was what they were reaching for, but there were parts of the animation that's not as clean,
Right.
and it's not as. I guess that's the best way to put it. It's not as clean as others, but the story is interesting. I just don't know. It just. I feel maybe I'm missing something in it.
Right.
But yeah, I don't think it's definitely not my favorite when it comes to the Studio Ghibli movies for sure.
It's been a long time since I've seen Ponyo, but my biggest thing that I remember from Ponyo is wanting it to be more. I wanted it to be like it's so close to referencing the story of like the Ryukyu Kingdom under the sea and everything, and it just doesn't really get into all that I find really interesting. And I'm not gonna say it plays it safe, but it feels like it's trying to play it safe. I think it does make some really clever choices, especially towards the end of the movie. But it feels like it's trying to play it more safe than like a Mononoke or Nausicaa, the Valley of the Wind.
Well, maybe that's it. Maybe the target audience would be someone a lot younger.
Yeah.
In mindset, because the main protagonist is 5, I think.
Yeah.
It was a 5-year-old, so it was 2008. So yeah, so it was late into Studio Ghibli had put out quite a lot by that time.
Hey.
Hey, Faith Ann. The Nausicaa was the first one, 1984.
Yeah, Nausicaa's an incredible movie. Nausicaa, the Valley of the Wind.
Probably gonna get back to that one. I think may do Howl's. I think we're gonna do Howl's Moving Castle.
Yeah.
We'll check one out and go to that one, and then maybe Princess Mononoke.
Yeah.
If after that, maybe probably go back to the Nausicaa. I think I'll put that one next, and maybe go forward through from that point on. We're gonna do it in that.
I'm that weird guy whose favorite is Whisper of the Heart, which is not an action movie or an adventure movie in any way whatsoever. It's just a straight romance movie. But Whisper of the Heart is such a good story.
Well, apparently somebody else likes it too.
Yeah.
There.
It also fights with Kingsman and Fallout for having versions of Country Road that when I hear that song played, I don't know which version I'm thinking of. So whenever I hear it, it's never the right one,
That's actually pretty awesome.
Yeah. But, we'll get there. Well, I've been watching something too. I've still been watching The Expanse.
Oh, yeah.
I'm on season 4 now.
How far away is it now?
It's gotten some pretty big deviations from the book now. Entire characters that just don't exist.
Yeah.
And other characters fill their role. And I get it, you got a big cast already. You're introducing other characters. You don't want to, burn down the audience with a bunch of new characters. But I think Game of Thrones proves that you can.
Yeah, as long as you care.
Right. As long as you give people a reason to care about those characters, they will remember who they are.
Well, none of that. I mean, as long as you care about the material, you're going to give them the.
For sure. Yeah.
I was taking a shot at him, Trey.
No, I understand. Yeah. Especially, towards the last season when they kind of forgot how their characters worked.
Yeah.
But no, it's deviated pretty hard at this point. The core plot is still the same. But thank you. I like my beard like this too. But there is a character that is alive in the show right now that is super dead in the book.
And just dead. Super dead.
Yeah. This character being alive drastically changes the power dynamic in an area.
Oh.
And it's like, where are we going with this? Why is this guy still alive? But otherwise, show's been pretty good. One of my favorite villains in the book has been cast by one of my favorite actors, Bern Gorman. And so that's automatically a highlight.
That's very nice. Yeah.
And so, Bern Gorman, anybody that's ever seen Torchwood, Bern Gorman's a great actor. And they haven't given the character as many lines as he has in the book. But the fact that it's Bern Gorman means that he can just kind of stand there and look menacing. It's like, okay, yep, we're good. We're doing it.
Man.
But I'm really interested in where it goes because it is a very different show than the book right now. And I talked to a guy from Games Workshop, which I'll get into in a little bit later, earlier this week, or last week. And one of the things that he said when we were talking about it was that he finds the books to be, or the show to be like the perfect commercial for the book. Of like, you watch the show, you like the show, and then you hear the book is like infinitely better, and you go back and read the book.
All right.
Because it is a good show. It's not a bad show at all. It's well shot. The characters are well done. They've added some new plot lines that I don't know where they're going yet, but it could pay off. And then every once in a while they'll hit you with like a specific line from the book that makes you go, "Hey," But
all right, I forgive a lot of stuff just because you said that.
I mean, honestly, like without getting into spoilers for anybody who knows, they use the phrase "doors and corners" enough that you go, "Okay, yeah, this character may be a little bit different than the way I remember him, but this is still that character." Doors and corners.
Does this have an expanded universe outside the books?
No, it's just the books in the show.
Okay.
There was going to be a game made by Telltale. Could still happen, but I don't know. We'll see.
Look, I'm surprised. Like, people don't have their own personal games that were I was supposed to have a game.
Right? Yeah. At this point, there was supposed to be a Telltale game that went over my life.
Right. Oh man.
What else you been up to?
Really not much. Resting.
Yeah.
Even when I was getting feeling better, just kind of resting up, taking care of stuff around the house. Um, Watching videos. We got some new lights in.
Yeah.
Oh, I was playing with them to get a maybe a
Fancy.
shot. Yeah, and try to see that. I did get my video put up on Rumble,
Mhm.
and everything's monetized there now. I had a weird little glitch with that, but it was like, hey, oh no, you're serious. Okay, then yeah, we'll monetize.
Right.
So that worked out. Not really much. I played a little bit of Lord of the Rings online. Uh, Ran around, shot some stuff, and
Yeah.
then I ported. My character ported in before the world did, and I fell through something and died. And then I
Oh
turned it
no.
off. Yeah, I was a little upset
I'm sure.
um, about that. It's not. That's one of the hard things about Lord of the Rings online. There's enough glitches there. Sometimes it's like, all right, I got to turn it off for a little bit.
Yeah.
Um, I hope they come through with the hardware on the back end
Yeah.
that they're supposed to be getting. So and the graphic update. I'd be excited about that. But I'll get back on it. I always do. But I was a little perturbed.
I understand.
But I did play a did manage to get a little bit of gaming.
Yeah.
Anything on your end?
I did a little bit as well. I did a lot of resting too because I was sick too. So I worked on some Echoes of the Eye, the Outer Wilds DLC.
Because of I.
The Outer Wilds
Oh, okay,
DLC
yeah.
is pretty good.
Really?
It's very different from the base game in a lot of ways, and I can understand why people may not like it. Because the base game is a lot of physics puzzles and time puzzles, while you use the different tools that your hands. I don't know where I'm going with that sentence. Use the different tools that you have to try and solve it. And this one is very light based puzzles. And so light based puzzles have benefits in the fact that you can do some really cool stuff with them, and negatives in the fact that if you don't know what you're doing exactly, areas might be very, 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 very dark.
Ah.
I think that in some ways, this DLC is like the core of what makes Outer Wilds incredible, and I love it. And in other ways, it is a very big deviation that I enjoy, but I understand why others might not. There is a section of this DLC where there are things that are actively hunting you. And that's something that Outer Wilds never had, right? It never was about creatures in the dark coming after you. It was always about solving the mystery. And there is an option to reduce frights, which makes it harder for the monsters to find you. I say monsters. I'm trying to be vague because I don't want to spoil too much for people. But
Things.
yeah, it is interesting in the way of it is a very different take, and it makes me really more excited for the game they're going to make next.
Ah.
But I do still really enjoy Echoes of the Eye so far. I think that some of the puzzles are a little tough to figure out, but I also think that some of the stuff like that I found almost by accident, by just exploring enough until I found it, gave me that aha moment where I was like, I know where that is, and then I went to that thing and solved it, and I was like, yes,
Works.
that feels so good. That feels so good to do naturally,
Yeah.
So I have to spend some more time running around in the dark trying to figure that out. But once I get that taken care of, then I think I'll actually be just about done with it. And again, once I finish Echoes of the Eye, that's when we're going to go ahead and do Goaties a month into the year. But we're getting there. We're getting there.
Right on.
It's very good. I've also been playing a couple mobile games.
Mobile games.
I played Mythic Heroes, which is not necessarily the type of mobile game that I like. It's the 5 champions on a field. They auto fight on their own, build up energy as they fight to use their ultimate abilities.
Okay.
Gotcha. You summon heroes and they fulfill it. heroes that are higher ranks are just better. Wouldn't have played it at all, to be honest with you. Except, Lubu's in there. And he's very good.
Sucker.
And they just recently had like an anniversary event where you can get 30,000 gems for free.
Yeah.
And so I rolled until I got Lubu. And then didn't spend any money. Rolled until I got Lubu.
Game's won.
And then I made Lubu incredibly strong. And then just kept rolling because I was like, well, they're going to keep giving me gems. And got a bunch of Lubus.
Right.
So now my Lubu is unstoppable. And, you know, I'm probably not going to keep playing it now.
Yeah.
But
I'll say, won the game. I don't care what the ending of the game is. As far Lubu is unstoppable. I'm done.
That's right. He's really cool. So if you want to get Lubu, now's your time while that anniversary is going on. But then I played another mobile game that I was really enjoying, but I uninstalled.
Okay.
It's called State Connect. And it's, you remember like Newgrounds, right?
Mm-hmm.
Flash games? This is basically one of those. No disrespect to the developers at all. I really enjoy Flash games, right? I was looking for that style of game. Something that I could just pick up, play for a couple minutes, put back down, you know? It was a game where you take and you have, each state has a certain number of cities, and you connect the lines between the two cities, and then you have traffic that goes between them, making you money. You can upgrade the cities so that they make more money, and you can purchase your way into new states to be able to run new lines to cities, and it costs money to run the lines. And it's a really fun little game, you know, just a fun little idea. Very much enjoying it. However, at the bottom of the screen, you have your upgrade options, where you can upgrade the speed, you can upgrade your income, upgrade your XP. All those you can watch an ad to get those upgrades for free. That's fine. I can opt into those. I can choose to do that if I want.
Right. That's they make money off that. That's
yeah. Every minute and a half of playing the game, though, it pops up an ad.
That might be a bit much.
And then after the first one, it had a little pop-up that comes up underneath the UI with ad with a big line through it. And so I click it like, hey, how much do I have to spend to buy my way out of all the ads? $11.
Dang.
So I tried. I really did. I tried to play this game.
Just way too many pop-ups.
Way too many pop-ups.
Been there.
So I got 12 states in, which honestly is farther than I probably should have gone, right?
Okay.
Just ignoring the ads. I passed the phone at one point to my girlfriend, and I was like, please, just try this and tell me I'm not crazy. The first ad came up, and she just handed the phone back. It's like, yeah, no, I get it. I get it. I get it.
That's going to be a no from me.
But I tried. I tried so hard. Look, if you ever watch this, devs of this game, I want to like your game. I would have spent $2 to buy my way out of the ads. I'm not going to spend 11. And don't make them pop up like that. Come on.
So, maybe say 5-minute ads.
Yeah.
Every 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And then you keep playing. You keep playing the free version then.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Because every 5 minutes, I can just set the phone down, you know?
Yeah. Would it be worth $5 to get rid of that then?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think at every 5 minutes, I would just put up with it.
Okay.
I would maybe even pay $5 to get rid of ads completely if they're going to stay the minute and a half. But I'm not going to pay 11. I can get a bunch of indie games on Steam for that price.
Right? And still have $11 left over.
Right, yeah, exactly. So, there were a bunch of other games that I tried that were like this too. That were like Flash game style games that I was jonesing for some Flash games. Because that kind of thing doesn't really exist anymore, you know? One of them was like you move your character up. I think it was called like Mighty Party. You move your character up a tier and they fight a guy, and as long as you did the math right, you're fine. Another one was like pouring these different colored drinks into each other so that you emptied out all the bottles until they were all even. But
Okay.
every single one of these had pop-up ads every minute to minute and a half, and it's like, no, I can't. No, get out of here. So,
Mm-mm. No. No.
thought about doing that drink one. I wish I could tell you that it's good because I really like the idea. I think that's a cool idea. But pop-up ads. You're welcome.
What kills me is like it really doesn't take much for if you look back at some of the games that got big, right?
Mm-hmm.
Candy Crush is the king, be all end all of
Yeah.
that. That's a really simple game,
Oh yeah.
and they're making how much of it, and how much money have you spent on Candy Crush?
That's right. You just make it smart, right? You do it
Yeah.
where I think the wildlife preservation game one, wildlife incremental idle game, has it the smartest. Where like, hey, do you want some free cards that'll upgrade your animals? Watch an ad. Otherwise, you can pay for them with a premium currency. Do you
Well,
want to double your production speed for a little while? Watch an ad. The production speed's doubled for an hour. You watch a 2-minute ad and you get an hour's worth of production speed double.
Well, see, I remember I've played a few different tower defense games where it's like, okay, like when you start out, the first 5 levels go quick, right?
Yeah.
So you go through the 5 levels, you watch an ad.
Yeah.
And then when you get maybe 10 or 15, it's going to be after every level.
Right.
You finish that level, you watch an ad. It's at, you can get stuff for the next one. Watch ads, word search for hints. Yeah.
Yeah.
Color app. Okay, color app. Do it
If you
again.
can make the ad worthwhile for me to watch, because I know it supports the dev and it gives me something, I will watch it.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'll watch. Yes.
But I want it to
Yeah.
be my choice to watch it. I don't want to be forced on me.
Watch
That's why I
it
hate
now,
commercials.
buddy.
I
Watch
can't
it
stand
now.
commercials. But when I go to the movies, I watch all those trailers because I
Yeah.
opted into those. I know they're going to be there. I don't know.
Earn hints. Well, one of the games I was thinking about it was like a pipe game, different color pipes.
Yeah.
That game got huge for a while. There's nothing to it.
Yeah.
It's a simple concept, simple game, redone. It's not even a new game.
Yeah.
Or what was the one with the traffic that used to be a board game years ago? That was got a huge one where you try to get the car out.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, going through that. So you make simple games that make money off ads,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, don't do it to where you scare. I'm done with it.
Yeah. I agree.
Scare people who want to play.
I want to play your game, State Connect.
Come
Fix
on.
it. But it's not a video game, but in other gaming, tabletop gaming, I played some 40K Kill Team.
Oh, did you, sir?
So I had ordered an Octarius box, which was a special Kill Team box for the Kill Team mode of Warhammer 40K. I got to sneeze.
Sneeze.
You're the only one who had to hear that. Everybody else didn't have to. I sneeze again, too.
Bless you, sir. Bless you.
If I sneeze one more time, people get to hit me in the arm. So I'd ordered an Octarius box sometime back, which is a Kill Team. It's a sub mode of 40K that is played with much smaller groups. And here comes the fourth one.
No, you got to send it out. That's
Yeah.
You restart. You got to send us out. So go.
That's right. That's right. That's an old wives' tale. If somebody sneezes 4 times, like in Germany, somebody sneezes 4 times, you get to hit them. Because
Yes.
it's if you have to say you're blessed or excuse you 4 times, then they're doing it on purpose. You just get to hit them.
Yes. Don't forget, this is from a country that calls tortoises shield toads.
That's right. You hit me on Thursday? Oh no. Anyway,
Fair.
I had ordered one of these a while back, and the order got canceled, and they were limited edition. So the other day, I got in touch with a Warhammer 40K store to see if maybe they had one, and they did. And shout out to Patrick over at Games Workshop, who helped me out there and was able to get me one of them. because I needed kill team rules for the stuff we're doing
Okay.
on the channel that's coming up that I've already talked about, because kill team is the much smaller game that we'll be able to run. And so I got my Octarius set. And I made a set of Kriegsmen and made a set of Orcs. And this is one of my Kriegsmen. And he is not focusing for some reason.
No, he kind of just looks like a chubby Boba Fett with the focus out.
Come
there
on.
you go. Okay. Oh no.
The hands.
You
There
know,
we go.
We don't. Okay. We don't deserve to see, but it's good, man.
Deserve the smack, probably. But he, I messed him up at one point, and so I had to just I had to kit bash him together with parts from the rest of them. So I finished all of them. But this guy's special because the demolitions guy is not supposed to have a trench club, and he's supposed to be sitting down. But now he's not. Now he's running, and he's holding his satchel charges, and he's gonna fling them. So I'm really happy with how they turned out. The orcs look great too, and I played my first game of Kill Team, and Sweet. I got absolutely destroyed. I didn't understand. I tried to play Kill Team like regular 40K, and as it turns out, it is not the same.
Imagine not.
The cover rules are very different in Kill Team. If you're on the same level, even if you're behind a piece of cover, it no longer counts as cover. If you're elevated, you don't get benefits of cover in elevation in Kill Team, and so I lost my commander on turn 1.
Good job, Cher.
Yeah. But it was a ton of fun. I had a unit called the Zealot that had his faith in the Emperor, and he needed, like, every time he fails a defense die, he can reroll it once, basically. And at one point, he was rerolling and getting 6s, and that's the only reason he lived. He lived for like 3 rounds by himself, basically. It was a lot of fun, and now that I understand the rules better, I'm really excited to play another round. I got the compendium in, which means, and this is not saying when anything's coming, but there will be Kill Team videos on this channel, heavily edited by myself, because
so
obviously,
it's like he wins.
obviously, I'm gonna cut out a lot of the fluff, you know. But there will be Kill Teams on here of for sure Kriegsmen, Veteran Guardsmen, Commando Orcs, Adeptus Astartes, Space Marines, Necrons, probably Immortals, because I don't have any flayed ones yet. And then I picked up a box of Thousand Suns, so we'll have a deal of Thousand Suns. And then once I get my sisters built, we'll have a sister set for Kill Team as well. So there'll be some fun Kill Team stuff coming up on the channel, hopefully soon. And by soon, I mean probably next month. But most of the work is done. It's just setting up the camera, making sure the lighting's good, and then actually filming a test run and see how it looks. And maybe that test one will go up on Patreon. Who knows? But we'll see. This month is in a week. I mean, like a physical month, not as in 5 days from now. Just to clarify. But
Check
yeah,
date, sir.
I had a lot of fun playing Kill Team, and it's a much smaller game. You can do it a lot faster than regular 40K because you have a lot fewer people. They have more wounds, so it takes a little bit longer to kill them. Unless you're an orc, Rocket Boy orcs can just do like 12 wounds in a single shot. So, you know.
Yeah, okay.
That's how I lost my sergeant. But yeah, Kill Team is a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to filming some of that for the channel. So please look forward to all that.
Awesome.
Is there anything else you had for weeks?
No, man. I think we're good. I'm kind of ready to do these reviews. Give me guessing. See if I can get some ice cream.
Yeah. So let's get into reviews. And for anybody who doesn't know, as a reminder, we do ice cream for reviews.
That's ice cream.
Make a character and name it Weeks. If you are able to guess the score for either the Critic Average or Critic Recommended score, then you can get your name up on the ice cream board. Hey, just right. How's it going, buddy? So we have a lot of fun stuff coming here.
Excellent.
And our first review, our first one is for Serious Sam Siberian Mayhem.
All right, read it off.
All right. For anybody who doesn't know, Serious Sam is a pretty popular old school title. Serious Sam 3 came out 4 or 5 years ago. Didn't do that great, unfortunately. But you know, we're getting there. I think that people like Serious Sam, right?
I think might already have my score in mind, but I'm gonna wait. I just have look. This doesn't work. Okay.
Yeah.
But go ahead. Go ahead.
This one is set in Siberia. Go figure. They've heard of it. They like it. That's very true. So you know, it's a kind of a smaller Serious Sam game. It's not quite as big as like Serious Sam 2 or Serious Sam 3. Serious Sam 2, by the way, great game. If you've never played it, play Serious Sam 2. That's a great game. It is a shooter for anybody who doesn't know, and you normally are wind up shooting like a bunch of aliens or mutants or anything of that sort. So for anybody again who's new, the way we play this, Rungren will make his guess, and while he's making, or after he's made his guess, I will push the button, and the axe will tell us when it's time to go. When it's time to go, we're locking it in. Your guesses need to be in before it's time to go. So, Rungren, what do you think the Critic Average score is for Serious Sam Siberian Mayhem?
All right. Look, I may be being kind here, all right, but I am going with a 62.
Okay.
I've heard of it.
I don't blame you. I get why somebody would like Serious Sam. I think the best Serious Sam game is still the side scroller, where you like pick up guns and they rack up on top of each other. They just have all these different guns on top of each other. It's very cool. All right, we have a 72, a 67. The top Critic Average score is 73.
Oh, Waverly was 1 point shy.
Off. Very close.
That's better than I had hoped.
Will came in with a 72. ACG did not say whether or not to buy it. He just said it's seriously fun. Question mark.
Question mark?
Question mark.
Fun question mark.
Let you hold on to that one. 80 because reviewers have no taste. Then we have IGN Italy says, as a standalone DLC, Serious Sam Siberian Mayhem lasts the right amount of time, and if you love rude and ignorant run and gun shooters, you will also love this hilarious trip to Siberia.
All right.
Game Watcher says a lean and mean addition to the Serious Sam family that experiments with a few new toys and offers more of the same Serious Sam goodness we've been accustomed to. It has the odd instance of unnecessary padding via one too many gunfights, but overall keeps a breezy, brutal pace. Finally, Shaq News says, I could not choose them when they had that name. How much fun you'll have in the bleak, frozen landscape depends on how much you are still smitten with mid-90s first-person shooter mechanics. Serious Sam would rather Serious Sam would rather die than apologize for being what he is. Those looking for an evolution or some sort of next step in gameplay design may as well look elsewhere. All encounters in the game play out exactly the same way as they have for the last 30 years. You can mix things up with weapon choices, co-op, and difficulty settings, but that's about it. 2016's Doom received loads of justified praise for finding a way to push the genre forward. Siberian Mayhem is clearly content to keep touring with the hits. While I won't drag it for being true to itself, only devout followers of the Church of Sam need apply. There are a lot of side missions. Very true.
Oh, okay. You know what? I think they may not like the game very much, but I think it might be worth a shot playing.
Yeah.
I think they might give it a 79.
Okay.
79.
The critic recommended percent.
We got a 78 and a 75 that popped up here.
The heck said we can go, and the answer is 58%.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, that...
Well, I was kind of leaning on the IGN Italy
Yeah.
one that made it, hey, look, go play it one time. Like,
Yeah.
Guess not.
And what's really funny is that most reviewers gave it like an 8 or a 7 and seemed to like it, but then when asked if they would recommend it, said no.
Wow.
So I want to specify too here, we would have covered Pokemon today, but the embargo drops tomorrow for reviews, so we'll have to cover it next week. Pokemon Legends Arceus. Next up is Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Well, it's got to compete with Pal Friends, Pal whatever.
That's right. Yeah. Got to compete with Pal World. Next up is kind of a weird one. This game was announced some time back. It definitely feels like an indie game from like 5 or 6 years ago when you look at the art style and the way that the menus are done, but that doesn't necessarily make it a bad thing. This is Reverie Knights Tactics, which is a brand new tactics game, following in the long line of XCOM likes that have come out over the years, although this is more of a fantasy one. Yeah. I think Reverie Knights Tactics is sitting on the Critic Average score, Rungren. Being made by 40 Giants Entertainment, by the way.
Well, man, these games can be so great or so monotonous. I'm going to go with a 74.
74?
74.
A 67 and a 77.
67, 77.
Like said we could go, and the answer is 70.
Okay.
Right off the bat, Turn-Based Lovers says Reverie Knights Tactics is 2022 off to a wonderful start. Between its fun dialogue, great gameplay, and stunning visuals, this is a game that's not to be missed. If this is what 40 Giants serves up with their first title, the future looks bright indeed.
They may be a little bit biased with the name of their...
Maybe.
What was the name of the...
Turn-Based Lovers.
Oh, okay. Just checking. Good on them.
That does have me asking some other questions, though, about... we probably shouldn't go there.
Hey, you're the one that want to play Boyfriend Dungeon.
That's right. And I hated that game. Tech Raptor says Reverie Knights Tactics is a strategy game with lots of thought and beauty, yet is somewhat punishing. That's the blurb. That's the whole blurb.
Okay. That doesn't tell me anything.
Yep. Game Spew says punishing but rewarding. Reverie Knights Tactics provides an enjoyable challenge for any fan of strategic turn-based combat. Battles may not offer much in the way of a unique twist, but it's the game's art style that truly makes it stand out. Reverie Knights Tactics' colorful, hand-drawn visuals are simply beautiful, and even if you're getting pummeled on the battlefield, at least you'll enjoy the view.
Okay.
At least you'll enjoy the view, then. And finally, The Review Geek says Reverie Knights Tactics is a simple tactical RPG, one with a lot of potential that's never quite explored as much as it perhaps should be. Despite its story flaws and simple battle tactics, this is still a fun game to play. With no microtransactions, predatory loot boxes, or noteworthy bugs at launch, this is not a bad title to splash 20 pounds on.
20
Twitch will get you, that's true. We can't talk about turn-based lovers on Twitch. Reach out to me on my OnlyFans.
You're gonna get sued when somebody searches for that.
That's right. I'm gonna have an OnlyFans, and all it is me talking. Like, it's just videos of me being like, "Yeah, you know, if you had this game, then you could probably do this with it. That'd be pretty cool."
Okay. For their recommended score, if they were to recommend it to somebody else, I think I will give it 74.
Someone's probably out for that. Yeah, 74.
I'm sure.
76.
74. Got a 76.
You're never gonna guess this score. That's all I'm telling you. The answer is 50%.
Wow, they do not like games this week.
Yet again, everybody, oh my, everybody giving relatively good reviews, talking highly about the game, but then when they get asked, would you recommend it, saying no.
Such a joke.
Just keep that in mind, you know. People apparently don't actually want to tell you how they feel about video games. That's all I'm saying.
I guess not.
Next up is Rainbow Six Extraction. This is a game that a lot of people were really excited for.
Well, a lot of people were really excited for Battlefield 2042 as well.
Very true.
So.
Very true. 67 coming in from Patriot. Mando there. Very close, but 17 points off. This is a weird Rainbow Six game in that it is very much like the Left 4 Dead, right? It has some cool ideas, but it is very much a departure from the regular Rainbow Six style. Although, what is the regular Rainbow Six style anymore after Siege and everything else?
If I think about it, though, it's going to be, you know, you have your squad, you send them, and you work within that squad. But
yeah.
It requires more. It does require shooting, but it requires tactics.
Right.
On top, but this is going to be. You said like Left 4 Dead, like 4-player co-op, running through mowing stuff down.
Yeah, that is the style. No Faith, I believe that Mando's came in just a little bit late, probably due to delay. Thank you, Twitch. Even though we have the delay turned down as little as possible.
Possible, yeah.
So the sake of this game can even work. The delay is like 5 milliseconds, and somehow Twitch still makes that delay out to be like a couple minutes for some people. It's a worse co-op only Siege. Yeah, that's what most people seem to do. We do the axe twice? Yeah, maybe. What do you think that critic average score is going to be for Rainbow Six Extraction?
64.
Okay. 67, 66. The X said we could go. The answer is 72.
Okay.
72. Let me hit you with some. Delay's really bad. Yeah, I don't understand what causes it, but yeah, it's 66. It's a good guess. I can turn the delay down as much as I want, and it just doesn't seem to care. Yeah. ACG says, wait for sale. Skill Up says, avoid.
Wow.
73. That was really close, Mando. Yeah, Skill Up says, avoid. Oh.
Dang. That's harsh.
We normally don't read the unscored ones, but I want to read Rock, Paper, Shotguns this time. Okay. A tactical FPS that borrows from Rainbow Six Siege's best bits and turns them into a Moorish alien busting time. It may not blow you away, but it's perfect for challenging co-op jaunts with pals.
Okay, yeah. Sounds like there's probably other games I'd want to play if I wanted to do that.
Yeah. So, God is a Geek says, explosive, exhilarating, and endlessly entertaining, Rainbow Six Extraction is arguably Ubisoft at their best and most confident.
Oh, golly, I wish I was making that kind of money.
We have made the mistake of buying it. Oh, no. IG in Spain says Rainbow Six Extraction is a fun cooperative PvE version of Rainbow Six Siege whose origins are in the Outbreak event. Which, IG in Spain, I'm not telling you how to make your blurbs. But that just sounds like it's on the back of the box. That doesn't... Gonna be honest with you. The Daily Star.
Your recommended score then.
Yeah.
Since you bought it, you can go ahead and post your recommended score. I'll mark it down.
Please do. I'm very curious. Daily Star says, ultimately, this is a difficult, stressful game, but a fun one if you can pull off some epic stealth takedowns and are happy to quietly chip away at a mission rather than go in all guns blazing. You know, I love me some epic stealth takedowns. Is it just me, or do all these reviews sound like they have buzzwords in them?
They kind of, yes, except for maybe one or two that what are they smoking?
Right.
I don't know. It's bad. Like, you can say the game's bad. You can do that.
You don't have to go, well, at least I got epic stealth takedowns. IGN Italy says, to be honest, Rainbow Six Extraction is a good PvE shooter that works very well when played with friends and offers great gunplay. Well, it's also true that the overall balance is not optimal, and the difficulty rate is sometimes too high. But if you're a fan of Rainbow Six Siege, you'll be able to gloss over these negatives.
He gave it 30.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, you were reading. It popped up on my screen right as you went into the negative.
Yeah.
On that.
That's great.
Right.
I just love the idea of, I love the idea of IGN Italy being like, well, you know, to be honest, it has this, but also it's got all this bad stuff.
Wow.
Let's go ahead and hit Destructoid, who says, while it doesn't execute fully with its foundation, it does take more risks than I expected, to the point where it's going to be worth a look for some folks, but only just so.
Just so.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Hold on. I'm looking at the scores. They're making sure they're getting the scores in order. So we got a 30, 58, 32, 54. Is there any other enlightening commentary you would like to add from any one of those esteemed outlets?
I have two more for you.
Okay.
But why, though? I love them so much.
Yeah.
Says, the biggest downfall for Rainbow Six Extraction is that it becomes too easy too quickly, and with little control over making the incursions harder, players may find it mundane. With a handful of unique mechanics spices up the current PvE offerings, and with in-game modes that evolve from week to week, Extraction does promise to keep players engaged. Which I wanted to read because it sounds like a battered housewife going like, but it's okay though, because in the future...
I'll leave that alone.
And then finally, I want to read this one from The Gamer.
All right.
Is the game worth your time? Yeah, it's worth a go. It's on Game Pass, isn't it? This is where I can see Rainbow Six Extraction shine. Very dimly. If the game poses a genuine challenge and a progression system that feels rewarding over the long term, there's no reason why this polished experience can't retain at least a few players across the coming months. It's not easy being a video game in 2022. You got some big hitters on the way, and if you're not hitting hard, then you're just going to get knocked out. Pretty little siege engine and all. You all right there, Extraction? You're looking a little woozy.
Wow.
I love that review so much. So,
right. I'm
going to
go.
The score is?
I like a singer named Woozy. 58.
Okay.
Go ahead and click it, Bo. We're ready.
Yeah, I think everybody's already guessed.
Yeah, everybody's ready to punish
Punishes you for actually playing according to the game objectives. That's terrible. The score is 47%.
Oh man, we smashed all around it. Patriot came in with 30.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had 58, 32. Ooh.
I haven't been giving the scores that people give because realistically it doesn't matter, right? But I want to this time because all the reviews that have some buzzwords in them, Goddess of Geek gave it a 9 out of 10. IGN Spain gave it an 8 out of 10. Daily Star gave it a 4 out of 5. And then as things start getting more honest, I'm not calling any outlets out here. I'm just saying, in the words of IGN Italy, to be honest here, you get into like the 7.9s, the 7s, and then of course the Gamers 3.
Well, the one that I am going with is Patriot Mandos.
Yeah, for sure.
That's the review I trust the most right now.
Yes, I agree.
I'm going with that one.
Yeah, just don't do it. Save yourself the trouble. Don't do it. Finally, for reviews, it's on Game Pass, isn't it? Just check it out there. To quote the Gamer. Oh, that review's my favorite. That's the review of the week for sure. The final game that we have for today is Expeditions Rome. Ubisoft is paying them off. You said it, not me. I'm not saying whether I agree or not, but I definitely highlighted the buzzwords. Epic stealth takedowns. That's the kind of words that I use in my reviews. At least I get to do epic stealth takedowns, guys.
Yeah.
So, Expeditions Rome is a THQ Nordic game in work with Logic Artists. It is a game that puts you in control of the Roman Legion, as they say. Epic is always good, right? Well,
now, do they have a time period on this?
I don't believe so. The announcement trailer is 1.5 minutes long, and it makes it seem like it's supposed to be right after Rome has invaded the Britons.
Okay.
But I don't know for sure. They never actually say, hey, this is when it's set.
Okay.
But THQ Nordic and Logic together have made a couple different games in this style, right? This is not their first foray into this. So what do you think 2022, the Critic Average is for an expedition-style game, putting you in charge of the Roman legions?
Oh, man, I want this one to be good. I want a good game out of this little review part. I'm going to say 84.
Okay.
I'm going to say 84.
Pushing the button for you, chat.
Here we go, chat. Give me some, I said 84. Give me some numbers. We'll give you a minute because of the delay. Roar.
Gotta love that delay. Got an 82. What was the number you said again, Rungren?
84.
84.
Yeah.
The correct score, 80. Yeah. Well, poking the enemy was a weird hypodermic knife thing. Real epic. Yeah, again. Everything's AFK. That's right. It's 81. So close.
Whoa.
Both Will and Faith. So close.
Yeah.
It's okay. There's always a next time. There'll be plenty more games coming out this year. Let's hit it off with a very, very strong 75 from Mando. Nice. A very strong review to kick this off.
Okay.
Expedition. This is from Game Grin. Expeditions Rome is astounding in every area I was presented with. Constantly, I felt like there were tons of things for me to explore and pay attention to, and truly stimulates how I picture leading an entire war campaign.
Oh,
So
okay.
excited. Which is very high praise.
Yeah, sounds like it, yeah.
IGN Italy says Expeditions Rome is the best title in the series yet, with an intriguing storyline that can be partially influenced by player choices and a deeply satisfying combat system in which players can test their tactical prowess.
Okay.
RPG Gamer says, for those looking for an engaging historical RPG, Expeditions Rome is an easy recommendation. The options for tailoring the difficulty allow players to focus on the preferred elements and make it... Sorry, can't shake that cough. And make it challenging, welcoming, and rewarding depending on what players want. And
So
then
far,
finally,
good.
Game Rant says, Expeditions Rome feels more like a mod with Roman themes than a fully fleshed out game. From the customization to the design, there are many details that feel unfinished or lack the depth expected of games in the strategy genre. Still, there's fun to be had if players are willing to focus exclusively on the tactics and strategy. Those looking for more of the same coming off Expeditions Viking will be satisfied enough, even if this new title doesn't feature any major innovations. Elden Ring calling it 100 now? Yeah, for sure. That's going to be a thing people do. No doubt.
Oh, man. Will thinks it's going to have a 99. Or maybe
Yep.
for the recommended. I'm going to go 89, though.
89? Okay.
89 on this one. Give it some love. Come on. Come
Let's
on.
see what we got.
A 92 from Faith Ann.
It's a high score.
Yes.
The score is 73%.
Don't talk about it like that if you're not going to recommend it.
No, I
Gosh.
agree. And it's funny, too, because, the only low score is Game Rants. Everything else is like really reasonable.
Did she fall on her keyboard?
I think so. Yeah, that or a cat did. But that wraps up reviews for the week. We got more reviews will be coming next week, including Pokemon Legends Arceus and the Uncharted PC release, which I'm very interested in seeing how that reviews. Because those games, there are going to be people that are. This is so crazy to think about, right? There are going to be people that are reviewing those games for the first time that have never played them before, and so they're going to be reviewing them based on how they play today, not based on how they played then.
Oh,
These people hate games. They do. But there's a whole conversation to be had of like, reviewers and the way that they get desensitized to regular games and just want to play unique experiences, and I get that, right? But also, if you're going to review the next one in a series, you kind of have to expect it's going to be more of the same. You don't have to look for it to blow you out of the water, More the better if it does, but,
I don't know. I have to see what comes out.
Yeah.
About
so, let's talk Star Wars.
Okay.
Everybody loves Star Wars, right?
Well, it depends on how you continue this conversation.
That's true. If I bring up Rise of Skywalker, nobody loves Star Wars. I still have not met anyone who likes that movie. I've met people who like The Last Jedi. I'm not saying you're insane. I just don't understand personally. That's fine. I've never met anybody that likes Rise of Skywalker, but that's not what we're talking about.
No. Okay, good. Moving along then.
We have some new Star Wars games that have been announced. So EI.
E-I-E-I-O?
Yeah, that's right. EA had announced that they were working on Fallen Order 2, right? We knew that much.
Okay.
We didn't know much about it yet, but it is still coming. Super down for that. I enjoyed the first one a lot. It was good, But they also announced that they'll be working on 2 more games. An all-new untitled first-person shooter in the Star Wars universe, which is being overseen by game director Peter Hirschman, who worked on Battlefront and the original Battlefronts, I should say, and The Force Unleashed. And they've just begun work on it.
It's going to be a stormtrooper that gets a targeting chip.
That could be cool. The third game is a strategy title being co-developed by BitReactor, a studio that has formed by former XCOM devs, and includes veterans like Greg Forch, who was the art director on XCOM 2 and XCOM Enemy Unknown, who is now leading that studio. So, could be really cool. We talked about XCOM likes earlier with the tactics games. Could be really interesting to get a Star Wars one of those. Especially if you're playing as Stormtroopers, and that's why you have XCOM hit rates. Although they'd be even worse for Stormtroopers. Like, you made the joke a minute ago with the targeting chip. Can you imagine you go take your shot and you have like a 2 to 7% every time you fire? So yeah, there's stuff coming. And I just wanted to remind everybody too, there are some more Star Wars games coming out. Ubisoft is working with Lucasfilm to make some Star Wars game that we still don't have a title for. We still don't really know what it is. The team that worked on The Division is the one working for it, but we still don't know what it's supposed to be. And then Quantic Dream is working on Star Wars Eclipse that's supposed to come out sometime before the end of the year, maybe start of next year if it gets pushed back. We'll see what that winds up being. And then Knights of the Old Republic is being remade by Asper Media, PS5 and PC. And then Star Wars Hunter, the free-to-play multiplayer arena game from Zynga, is coming out as well. So
that's cool.
A lot of Star Wars games coming this year.
A lot. Yeah, well, hard push. I think
the first one was great.
I think it's going to be pushed kind of like a reboot thing.
Yeah.
Not a full reboot. I don't think they'll do that.
Right.
I don't think they'll swallow it that hard. But I do think, it's going to kind of push for a reboot to change the story a bit.
Yeah.
And all these are going to help. Hopefully.
mod your XCOM game for Star Wars costumes anyway. I don't blame you. It makes perfect sense. No, I'm really excited for more Star Wars games because I want them to go out of the box with it, right? I want stuff like Fallen Order and stuff like Unleashed, you know.
Well, thinking back over some of the like you mentioned, Unleashed 1 and 2, just a
13,
wild
yeah,
story.
they did leave 1313 to die.
The just kind of the epic story they got to tell in those and the cool stuff you got to do that was just absolutely insane, right?
Right.
I don't know. I hope these aren't cookie cutter.
Yeah.
I really do. I hope these go a little bit beyond.
I need to go back and try Battlefront 2 again, the new one. I've heard that they fixed it.
Okay.
And I miss old Battlefront 2 so much. I used to just play that for hours when I was younger. And just play as the Empire, of course, because, I mean, you know. And then you just run around and you hear, they are taking our command posts. You go over there and you take the command posts back, you know?
Well, so many of these games, look, I enjoy Muso games.
Yeah, I do too.
But there has been a decline in the quality of them over the years, and I just don't want. I don't want this to go that way. You know, you've got great IP, you've got a lot of property out there, a lot of stories you can tell, a lot of cool stuff you can do.
But Star Wars Muso.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, if you play as Darth Vader, have a 6-string combo that ends in him force choking and slamming the guy down, and we're good.
Yeah.
We're good. It is not the same. Ugh. Just saying, give me the 6-string combo with Darth Vader. I'm not watching. So let's get into news with maybe the weirdest one first.
Okay.
Unpacking has a clone. We should probably talk about Unpacking first, I guess.
Yeah.
Unpacking. Go ahead. Sorry.
Well, I was going to say, Unpacking, a small studio, made a unique game.
Yep.
Wrote it to the top of the list, did very, very well with it. And so, of course, somebody comes along and makes the same game. And this is the second time, yeah?
Yep, this is the second time this has happened.
And both times they've gone to the top of the iOS chart?
Yep, immediately. And there's multiple discussions to be had here, right?
Okay.
The first one is there needs to be better what's the word? Regulation, I guess, on the stores, the app stores, to be able to stop this kind of thing from happening. Because again, it's just flat plagiarism. Yeah. They did not make a new game. They made the same game and released it on there. And as soon as it got found out, it vanished.
Yeah, they dropped it. They dropped it a day later.
Yeah, but how much money did they make in that time off of the Unpacking devs? You know, and it's where, like I said, there were multiple discussions. The second discussion in my mind is why aren't more cool indie games on Steam being put on the app stores? But like, the mobile game market is in a lot of ways a lawless frontier, and it needs to be different from that. The fact that you can have, there are so many Pokemon likes that don't even try. Like, we just got done talking about Pal World earlier. They don't even try to look different.
Well, go in there and search something like Battlefield or Call of Duty. You know, there's some, you won't find those games.
Yeah.
You'll find hundreds of them that use some that they've ripped it off.
Yeah.
You know,
Clash of Clans. Instead of that, you get War of Titans, and you know it's. And the fact that somebody can just literally take someone's game, make a cheap mobile version of it, and throw it up there, and throw ads on there, and make a bunch of money, without anybody going, well, hold on, did they actually, like, is this their idea? How long has this idea been in function? When did they start working on it? It's just, now you're good, go for it.
Yeah. Well, it's one of those things, you know, until somebody calls it out, they get away with it. Once they call it
Absolutely.
out, all their punishment is, hey, let's take it down. Well, how much
Yeah.
do we make? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's do
We'll
something
do it
else.
again.
Yeah.
So just a really weird, because Unpacking, it's not a game that I've personally played, but it looks cool, you know? And I saw the ads for Unpacking on
Well,
mobile and
it,
assumed it was their game. They put it on mobile.
yeah. Yeah. Well, apparently, a lot of people did.
So,
The It was, and it kills me because it's just a simple, relaxing game. You unpack
yeah, it's a
and
simple idea.
decorate. But yeah. Ugh.
Maybe that goes to show just how like starved the mobile game market is for. And I'm not trying to be like mobile games aren't real games, because there are a couple of them that are really fun, right? But the vast majority of mobile games, come on.
Yeah.
Pokemon doesn't even really try anymore. I mean,
There's
there
argument
are
to be
some
had
cool
there.
new designs.
Yeah. Now, this
And
new
there's
Pokemon
not.
game we'll talk about is
Yeah,
next
next week.
week. Seems a little bit different.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited for Legends Arceus because it is something completely different, hopefully. It looks completely different. It looks like it's going to revitalize the formula in a really cool way. We'll see, but I hope so. But no, just like when I look at the mobile games that I download, because I've been playing a lot of mobile games lately, because I've been sick. When I look at a lot of the mobile games that I've downloaded, I have Warhammer 40K combat cards, very cool, interesting idea. I have a couple wildlife games like Forest Island, Wildlife, Cats and Soup. Those are all like idle games. I
Not yet.
have Teamfight Tactics, which is cool. And then I have a bunch of nothing, like Mythic Heroes that we talked about earlier, which no offense to the devs, like the art looks great, but there's 100 games like that on the App Store, stuff like Iron Saga or Age of Caves. It's all just the same stuff, Merge monsters, and it's all just the same stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bring over some Steam games, man. Why not?
It's
I don't
bad.
know.
It's bad. And like I said, there's not. It's one of those things that what's the developer to do? There's nothing
Yeah.
they really can do. It's hey, we've taken it down now,
Yeah.
And like I said, the monetary value that they might have lost, I don't know.
Yeah.
I have no idea how do you quantify that?
Right. It's very unfortunate because they're never gonna know.
Yeah.
Hopefully soon. Well, hopefully we'll get them on Gundam soon.
Yeah. I haven't got there. Of course, I don't know if you heard us earlier. Both of us were feeling kind of bad last week, so
Yeah.
it put it off another week. All right.
I don't get it,
Yeah.
But Unpacking Master is no longer available, and Unpacking is, available. So if you will play it, play Unpacking. It seems good. Um, from there, this one hits close to my heart.
This is kind of interesting to me. There's kind of a strange thing about this, but go ahead.
The Yakuza team is split with Nagoshi Studio. So we talked about it at the time when it happened that the previous head of Ryoga Gotoku Studio, RGG Studios, which worked for Sega, making the Yakuza games, Toshihiro Nagoshi, left. He was the CEO of the Ryoga Gotoku. He left to go make his own thing. Well, he has now funded his own studio, Nagoshi Studio, where he is the CEO of that studio, which is fine. Go for it, man. You make what you want to make. I'm fully in support of that. But a bunch of the devs from Ryoga Gotoku Studios quit to go work for Nagoshi Studios.
There's well, it's not going to be him. It's not his company now.
Right. NetEase has purchased it.
Yeah, and this is the thing that just strikes me as a little bit strange.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people might think about it because Sega, the Yakuza game, Japanese company.
Mm-hmm.
NetEase is a Chinese company.
Yes.
You're definitely not going to get any Yakuza games.
No. Also, NetEase picked up Suda51 Studio Grasshopper Manufacturer. So NetEase now has Nagoshi and Suda in the same office.
No, I think that's kind of how it is, Faith Ann. He left, and his team was like, "No, we're going to work with this guy."
Right.
Yeah,
Which is admirable, right? Go for it.
yeah.
Not common in that culture. But Nagoshi I've always understood him to be a very good boss. But it's bringing Daisuke Saito, the producer for every Yakuza game and Judgment game. One of the head programmers, Koji Tokieda, producer director Kazuki Hosokawa, planner game designer Masao Shirosaki, engineer Mitsunori Fujimoto, artist Naoki Someya, director Taichi Ushioda, and artist Toshihiro Ando. Which is some of the biggest and the best in Ryuga Gotoku. So, what's gonna happen with that series? Is it gonna continue? We don't know. We already don't know about how Judgment's gonna continue because of the issues with the main actor's studio that owns his likeness, and their problems with people posting memes online and not understanding what memes are.
There's some cultural changes going on right now too.
Yeah.
That game series may not have been able to continue.
So a bunch of the head devs have split off to go work under Nagoshi Dark, who has made his own studio that has been purchased by NetEase. So we have no idea what's going to happen. We do know that there was a lot of new people that worked on Yakuza Like a Dragon, so it's possible that that new team is going to continue. We also know that about the time that Nagoshi was planning to step down, they introduced a new main character for the franchise in the form of Kasuga Ichiban, taking over for Kazuma Kiryu. But it's possible that this was planned the entire time, and that this is just how it's going now. Kazuma Kiryu steps away, Kasuga Ichiban steps in, and then Nagoshi and his team leave, and the new team takes over. Possible. We don't know, but we'll see. I'm nervous.
Right. Yeah. Hopefully it'll benefit the gaming industry. That's a bottom line, right?
Yes.
Hopefully we end up getting multiple great games out of these two different separate studios now.
Yeah, they did. Dark. It's most of the creative directors, art directors, and producers for the original Yakuza games. For Yakuza 1 through 0, I guess, through 6, and Judgment 1 and Lost Judgment, as well as the spin-offs. But I love turn-based games, so I don't mind it, but I understand people that enjoyed the other gameplay more. I absolutely. So this last piece of news that we have is kind of like, what the heck? Because some of these games have been online for a while. The Dark Souls. Go ahead. Sorry.
Well, I was just gonna say, out of all the news we covered, there's some interesting stuff, but this is actually worrisome.
Yeah.
People could have been serious financial harm to this. That their life could be, really messed up.
So earlier in the week, the Dark Souls remastered, Dark Souls 2 and Dark Souls 3 PvPs the servers were rushed to be taken down. Because there was a very bad exploit found in the PC versions of these games. The Xbox and PS4 or PS versions are fine. You can still play PvP on those. But there was an RCE exploit that was found that makes it where if someone knows what they're doing, they can run malicious code to basically take over the computer.
That's nuts.
Which is insane. So these games have always had a problem with people cheating. Also, nice, Dark. Glad to hear it. These games have always had a problem with people cheating in the PvP. If somebody invades you and drops an item, you don't dare pick it up. You know,
Yeah.
don't dare pick it up, because it could be a glitched item, and if you pick it up, you get banned from being able to play online. Yeah, it could also damage it's a problem, right? This RCE exploit. Thankfully, it's not doable on console, but it absolutely is doable on PC. And they've taken down all of the um all of the servers for it. Blue Sentinel, which is a mod that somebody has made for Dark Souls 3 to try and keep anti-cheat out of Dark Souls 3, has been patched to attempt to stop it. But of course, until From Software and Bandai Namco have a fix for it, the server won't go back online where that mod could take effect. But it shouldn't have to be a mod anyway. Saying
The glitched item didn't appear in that character's inventory.
right.
That's
So
why they didn't get back.
they were fine, unfortunately.
Well, it's and this is not just, hey, a hacker can stop your game.
Right.
A hacker can freeze your computer so you can't do anything on your end.
Yep.
And go through it.
Yep.
And get any information they want to find.
Yes.
This is a terrible exploit.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, this is not New World cheating exploit.
Right.
Or,
this is
an item exploit.
stealing your bank information exploit.
Yeah.
Using not even stealing it, using your computer to order something to ship to their address and then deleting the address.
Yeah. It's absolutely insane.
Yeah. It's a problem.
Yeah. A back end like that should not. No game should have a back end with that much access to your personal computer.
Yes. It also is really worrisome because that's been in here the whole time. We're just now finding out about it, but Dark Souls 2 came out on PC in what, 2014, 2015? Let me double check.
Even the PvP?
Yeah, it came out at launch.
2014.
2014. No, 2015. I'm sorry, 2015.
Okay. Still 6 years.
So
yeah.
You can disable PvP in Dark Souls, but it's not a toggle. It's really unfortunate. Because Dark's right, it should just be an option. You have to take the console offline, or if you're on PC, disconnect your Ethernet cable when you boot the game, log in, and then you can reconnect the Ethernet cable. And as long as you don't quit to menu and come back, you'll stay offline. But it's very annoying that you have to do all that. Or if you're playing on Steam, you can choose to set it in offline mode, and you're good. But no, I agree. It should be a toggle. It should absolutely. Especially in like Demon Souls, this is a problem that came up with the Demon Souls remaster by Bluepoint. Because I love the PvP in Souls, but in Demon Souls, there's an item called the Scraping Spear that doesn't do a lot of damage, but does durability damage. And in Demon Souls, repairing your gear is incredibly expensive. And so a very popular thing to do would be to go towards the first big boss that you're going to be fighting for most players and to invade with a Scraping Spear and break their gear right before the boss fight.
That's nice.
Not fun. Not fun. So, another thing that people are worried about is that the same PvP servers were going to be used for Elden Ring. The people are worried that this will be in Elden Ring as well.
Yeah.
But I do want to say, just as a quick heads up, if you are going to keep playing Dark Souls 3, you should probably consider downloading the Blue Sentinel mod anyway. It's very good for taking care of cheating and preventing cheaters from being able to join your world. One of the cool things that Dark Souls 3 does is people will do like fighting arenas where you can join in and you stand on the sidelines and watch as people fight each other until your turn comes up, and then you get to go up, and it's all structured, and cheating's not allowed, and that Blue Sentinel mod is a great way to make sure that can work, because that's a really cool way to do it, in my opinion, to make these fight clubs, you know?
God bless mod. Well, it's like if you're gonna play a Bethesda game, you need to get the unofficial patch.
Yes.
You know, the only way you don't do that is you're trying to get achievements.
Right. Um, Also, if you're going to play Dark Souls 1 on PC, whether you're going to play online or not, 100% download DS Fix, unless you're playing the remastered version, which has DS Fix included in it, because Bandai Namco hired the guy that made DS Fix. So, like,
That's what I'm talking about.
yeah. So,
Heck yeah.
oh, Dark Souls is a really interesting game to 100% Dark, especially like each of them, because there's multiple endings, there's multiple covenants that are really hard to all get in the same playthrough. But I really love Dark Souls 1 100%. I don't love Dark Souls 2 or Dark Souls 3 100%, but I really like Dark Souls 1 100%. But that's the big thing there. As you mentioned, the thing that everybody should be careful of is when you're playing online games, you shouldn't have to worry about this, right? And so it's not a fun thing to think about the fact that, hey, this could just happen if somebody's code isn't up to snuff. But hopefully it's not in Elden Ring.
Truth.
Probably gonna play that in offline mode or on console.
I'll probably be on console.
Yeah, probably on console.
Get into the Dark Souls. So Code Vein, like the Surge and Code Vein. So I'm hoping to get into DS. I know it's a story. Dark Souls. I'm gonna get in the game.
I love the story, but the gameplay is very good. And the first time that you fight a certain boss, is really, really special to me in Dark Souls 1, and it's still my favorite boss fight in all of video games. I didn't like the Surge that much, but I really enjoyed Code Vein. Part of that, though, is Code Vein's music is so good. Remind me to let you listen to the memory song in Code Vein, because it's really simple. It's a lot like the Velvet Room music in like a Persona, like Persona 3, but it's so good. It's so good.
All right.
From there, don't really have much else for news-wise. Do you want to try and tackle a topic, or should we continue to rest?
Well, I've got a couple things for you. Won't take me long.
Yes, please.
All right. So, just happy birthday to Sir Francis Bacon. It'll be his 234th. So, if you need an excuse to eat bacon,
there you go.
There's one. Also, if you like the scientific method, that's a reason to celebrate. If neither one of those do it for you, this was the day 54 years ago that Laugh-In first appeared, and a lot of people won't get that.
Okay.
But I do have a really, really, I think it's cool, a cool news story, because there was a new planet found.
Okay.
There's a new planet found, and the name of it is TOI-2180b. Now, the reason why this was cool because astronomers have a new telescope and stuff, and they were flashing through, and there's steps they can take to find evidence of this planet. Well, they knew the planet was there, and they kept watching it, but they couldn't get their algorithm that they had to pick up when it came across the star to prove it was there. However, and I'm going to make sure I get these guys, the Citizen Planet Hunters Group, citizens, they call them citizen scientists. I love that.
That's nice. That's good.
Are scientists not citizens anywhere? They have their own citizenship.
They're citizens of science.
Well, apparently, what the high-fangled scientists do is, oh, nice, happy birthday. They have the algorithm to look at it to see if they catch it. These guys and gals just downloaded images and looked at them, and they were the ones that, between the astronomer and these folks, they found it. And the lead scientist, I'll make sure I get his name right, was, where's it at? I can't pronounce his name. Paul Dalha, a UCR astronomer, quoted the group as saying, "The effort they put in is really important and impressive. because it's hard to write code that can identify single transit events reliably. This is one area where the humans are still beating code. And so they got the scientists and all the citizen scientists
Yeah,
got credit for finding this planet.
that's really cool.
I liked it. Reducing the prices of all the crap in the Halo Infinite shop,
That's cool.
making it to where you can earn that paid for money in game somehow.
That will be.
That would be nice.
That might bring me back to playing Halo Infinite again, to be honest with you, because like I had kind of gone, yeah, I don't super care.
Well, for a little bit there when we first started talking about it, I do believe you and Dark both were enjoying the multiplayer. Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's another talent.
So I didn't want to put this in the news because I didn't know what we would even say about it, but yeah, that's a Tifa Lockhart was trending this week.
Yeah.
And if you weren't careful when you opened up stuff on Twitter, you got to see the thing. Maybe you wanted to find it. It wasn't hard to find.
Rule 34.
But yeah, it's pretty funny that
Oh man,
Tifa was trending with it was everywhere, you know. I don't mind Tifa trending because I love Tifa, but I wish Tifa had trended for a different reason. I wish it was just Tifa trending because she's Tifa. Jessie also should trend though because she's very cool. I saw a lot of people be like, "Oh, Tifa's trending. Is there new Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2 news?" No, that's not why.
got nothing to do with it.
Yeah, that's not why. Yeah. So that happened. And we got about 20 minutes left of the podcast. You wanna hit a topic?
We can do that. You can roll one out. What we got left here?
I wasn't gonna bring up the Strangers in Paradise stuff, Dark, just because I guess we could talk about this, and this will cover the next 20 minutes, I'm sure.
Okay.
Because I know how you feel about Final Fantasy 1.
Yes.
We've talked about the remake, the reimagining, Strangers in Paradise. Let's just cover this. Yeah. Strangers in Paradise, FF Origins, right? This game is going to be incredible, but I want you, just as before, if you don't mind, sir, I will give you the link, and I would like you to watch this trailer.
Final Fantasy Strangers in Paradise?
Yes, I'm giving you the link. Because it is insane. It is absolutely insane. So for anybody who doesn't know, this is a reimagining of Final Fantasy 1 done up where you have the job system and your main character is an edgelord, and it seems like they're doing that on purpose, and his name is Jack, and his only goal is to kill chaos. And if you've played Final Fantasy 1, then you know what that is.
Yeah.
The reason this game is trending and getting so popular and everybody's talking about it is because this game is insane. There is an official cutscene where Jack gets upset and pulls out an iPod and plays some rock music, some heavy rock music, and walks away. And in the newest trailer, the thing that has everybody... I mean, the gameplay is exceptional, by the way. I've played all the demos. Gameplay is exceptional. But in the newest trailer, the thing that has everybody, like, shocked is that there's...
I can't play the trailer.
What's that?
I can't play the trailer.
Oh, can you not? It's age restricted?
Yeah. I have to play it while I'm off.
Okay. In this newest trailer, they just, like, introduce characters at a rapid pace. It seems like every time we see this game, there are new characters in the main cast. The first demo had 3 people, and after that it was 4 people, and now there's 5 people. There's a shot of, like, the castle in the distance, and then, like, This game, it's single player. It's coming out March 18th. It looks really good, right? I'm very excited for it. I can't wait to play it, but it's just it's Garland fist bumps somebody.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you right now, I can't wait to play this game because it's completely insane. It is yes, Sid.
Well,
This is not Final Fantasy 1.
is it a prequel?
It is a reimagining of Final Fantasy 1.
Okay.
And it has that historic shot of like the four Warriors of Light and the Castle Crane area in the distance, you know?
Well, there's 4 gems they got to have.
Yeah,
So
right.
You can only have... never mind. I don't know.
It looks good, but it's like, and again, I've played the demos. It really feels like they're going for, it is single player. It really feels like they're going for, we have an edgelord protagonist and we know it. We're leaning into the meme of he's an edgelord.
Okay.
And that could work. I don't know. Because you have moments where, like, Jack is just, like, killing something and he goes, this is not as strong as chaos. It's just like...
Oh, no.
It's like every, like, 90s, like, almost 2000s game where you had, like... Do you remember in, Sands Within? I think it was Sands of Time? Warrior Within.
Yeah.
Where when the monster would start chasing you and play what was the song that it played? It was I gotta look this up. Prince of Persia, Warrior Within song. I Stand Alone. Every time the monster would show up, it played I Stand Alone. It feels like that again, you know? It's
13, 1, 2,
so weird, and I love it. I can't wait to play it. I just can't wait to play it. So,
well, the original Final Fantasy was so great because nothing like that had come out before, right?
yes.
You got the cartridge, you got a booklet, you got a map on the backside of bestiary.
Yeah.
There's just a lot. It just wasn't like anything else.
I also like 12 and 15 a lot.
Come out. I like 12 once after the first 17 hours.
I think that another big thing to remember with this too is gameplay-wise, it is still turn-based, but it is action turn-based, kind of like a 15 or a 12, but without like the preset actions, and it is job system-based. So you have 2 different jobs that you can equip at any time, and your jobs are always gaining XP, job XP.
Okay.
Which means that you can power level a job if you want to use it, but you don't have it leveled up yet, by having it as your secondary while you use a main job that you already like. And the jobs drastically change the way Jack plays in a really cool way. When you have, like, I thought when I got the Black Mage job, I was like, this is not going to be enjoyable because it's just casting. But then the way that it combos with your other abilities that you get to carry over from the other jobs that you've mastered are really good. Dragoon? Ooh, Dragoon feels so good in Strangers of Paradise. So I am really excited for the full release of this game, knowing that it is probably going to be absolutely insane. But in the first demo, you get to fight Garland as the final boss of the demo, and when he stands up from his chair, he casts his arm to the side and he says, "I, Garland, will knock you all down." And I was like, yes.
Okay.
So, you know, it looks good. It looks good.
Fair enough, man.
Just go into it knowing he's an edgelord is all I ask, because that will change everything. You know? Please do, sir. Yes, knock me down, Garland, and I'll get back up again. But no, I love that because people are like, I've seen people go, well, that's such a dumb phrase, you know? Like, why would he say that? Well, it's just a mistranslation. He's saying he's going to kill them all.
It better be.
You know, the mistranslation is, I will knock you all down.
No, yeah.
Are there any cute girls? There seems to be, if you watch the trailer, There seems to be a couple cute girls in there. Let's see. And I believe Jack has a sister, but I don't know anything about who she is as a character. We'll see.
All right. All right. Sorely.
Excuse me. FF15 was sorely lacking in cute girls. Have you seen RNA Highwind? Oh, I'm saying. That's the best Highwind in the series. And I'm a fan of Kane Highwind.
Luna!
I used to make a joke about 15 that I don't know if I should make on camera or not. But so you know how you know how in FF7 the Highwind was an airship, right?
Yeah.
Well, when you first meet RNA Highwind, the joke immediately comes up of I want to ride the Highwind.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, it's RNA Highwind is a top tier character. That's all I'm saying. So, yeah.
You people are terrible. Terrible people. Cindy was. She was
So
trash,
are
huh?
we all.
Nice something but trash. Really? That's my kind of girl. Pain is my favorite.
Pain is pretty good. Pain. I wish I liked 10-2 more than I do, but I like Pain. Oof. Disagree.
Oh.
Disagree. Oh yeah, you know, we've been going for a little bit. We talked about some stuff. We've talked about the insanity that is Final Fantasy Strangers of Paradise.
Yeah. The news is kind of bad this week.
Yeah, hopefully we get some better news next week.
Yeah.
But don't forget, Thursday, we got the D&D podcast coming up. We'll be talking Mordenkainen's.
Mm-hmm.
Because it got board firmed.
What?
But, you know, until next time. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Do you have any plugs? I'm sorry, Rungren.
No, that's good. Actually, I don't. I think we've had a good show. I'm set. I got my videos up on Rumble. If you look for Rungren there, you can go watch a song.
Yeah.
But other than that, I think I'm set.
Okay. I just wanted to give another quick shout out to Patrick from Games Workshop. Big fan of that, and I believe he went ahead and subscribed to the channel while we were talking. So I mean, if you're watching this now, Patrick, big shout out to you. Really appreciate it. Couldn't have got that Arterius box without you, and I'm really excited to be able to show it off on the channel. Very much appreciate that. But yeah, we're gonna top 5 Lightning and Fang. I mean, Fang is pretty great. We'll be back Thursday with the D&D podcast. We'll be back next Tuesday with a regular podcast. And until next time, I've been Trey.
I've been Rungren.
We've been the Full Spectrum Podcast. Remember to always enjoy the full spectrum. That life has to offer.